I have to admit, I was more than a little skeptical about trying out these Spartan Mowers 422-0054-00 rear tires. I've been through my fair share of cheap aftermarket tires that promise the world but end up shredding after just a few weeks of use. The frustration of dealing with subpar equipment is something I'm sure many of you can relate to, especially when it comes to something as crucial as the tires on your zero-turn mower. But when I finally got my hands on these Spartan Mowers tires, something just felt different. Maybe it was the robust design, the quality of the materials, or the fact that they're specifically designed for zero-turn mowers, but I had a feeling that these might be the real deal. If you're interested in learning more, be sure to check out the link in the description to see the product details on Amazon. As someone who runs a small landscaping side gig, I can tell you that having reliable equipment is essential. My old 24x12-12 tires were always the weak link in my operation. They'd spin out on wet slopes, bounce me around on uneven ground, and after one too many curb hits, the sidewalls started cracking. It was getting to the point where I was more worried about my tires giving out on me than actually getting the job done. That's when I saw these Spartan branded tires, designed specifically for zero-turn mowers, and I thought, maybe this time it's worth a shot. I mean, who wouldn't want a set of tires that could handle the demands of regular use on varying terrain? So, I ordered a pair, swapped them on, and took the mower out for a full week of real work: hills, thick grass, curbs, you name it. I wanted to put these tires through their paces and see if they could live up to the claims. The first thing I noticed was the lateral stability. I've got a couple of steep slopes in my yard, and with the old tires, I'd have to go painfully slow to avoid sliding. These Spartan tires, on the other hand, grip like they're glued to the ground. Even when I leaned into a turn on a wet patch, they held firm. That alone saved me from a few close calls with the fence, and I can tell you, it's a huge relief to have that kind of confidence when you're operating the mower. But it's not just about the safety aspect, the performance is also noticeably improved. The cut quality, for instance, is much better now. My mower deck was always a little uneven because the old tires would squish or bounce under load. These Spartan tires have a consistent hub height, so the deck stays level no matter how rough the terrain gets. I ended up with a noticeably cleaner cut, especially on the edges where the deck dips. It's one of those things you don't think about until you experience it, like how a level floor makes everything feel more stable. And let me tell you, when you're trying to deliver professional-looking results to your clients, every little bit counts. Comfort was another surprise. I usually feel every little bump through the seat, especially when I'm going over curbs or rough patches. These tires absorb a lot of that shock, which makes a huge difference on long jobs. I did a full property cut last weekend and felt way less fatigued afterward. That might not sound like a big deal, but after hours on the mower, it adds up. You start to notice the little things, like how your back doesn't ache as much or how you can still walk straight after a long day of work. It's all about making the job more manageable, and these tires have definitely helped with that. The compound they use seems tougher too. After a month of regular use, including some rocky terrain and curb impacts, there's no cracking or excessive wear. The contact patch is wider, which gives better traction without eating up the turf. I've seen aftermarket tires wear down in weeks, but these are holding up like they should. And let's be real, when you're investing in a set of tires, you want them to last. You don't want to be replacing them every few months or dealing with the hassle of returns and warranties. These Spartan tires have given me confidence in their durability, and that's a big plus in my book. I also appreciate that they're a direct fit for Spartan mowers. No weird spacers or adapters needed, just bolt them on and go. That saves time and keeps things simple, which is always a plus when you're trying to get work done. I mean, who likes messing around with complicated installations or modifications? Not me, that's for sure. Overall, these tires have changed how I feel about mowing. It's not just about cutting grass anymore, it's about doing it safely, comfortably, and with confidence. I can focus on the job at hand without worrying about my tires giving out or compromising the quality of the cut. If you've been dealing with cheap tires that don't hold up, it might be time to upgrade. You can find the Spartan Mowers 422-0054-00 rear tires linked below.